Alright, so I am back, and as you can see, so are the Combaticons. Again. I know. This is like, I can't remember, like the 6th time I've done this set, I think. But we've got something new to show off today, and that is a big pile of parts. And what these are is the Xtransbot Boosticus set designed by Eco-Formers. And yeah, so finally got the Boosticus set in. So we'll be able to take a look at how these pieces interact with the set, and yeah, just kind of show all that stuff off. Now the first thing I want to touch on real quick is when you get this set out of the package, the first thing you're gonna notice is it feels very light, and it feels very fragile. It's not fragile at all. It's a very durable kit. I've been playing with this for 2 days now, and even with the really tight snap-on joints, I've yet to see a single stress mark come out. So don't just throw it around or anything, but don't worry, it's not going to break on you, not easily anyway. It's a very durable plastic. It just feels light and cheap, but it's not. So, but that will be the first thing you notice. I mean, this hand weighs like nothing in comparison to other combiner hands that I have. It's just, it feels light. It also feels almost like a Fans Project, the old Fans Project quality plastic. It's like got a little bit of a grain to it, but it's really durable. So awesome. Awesome. It's nice that it's not like that heavy plastic that will, really alter the weight of the figure and compromise it. It's a really nice, durable. So what we're going to start with here is we got all the parts, and we got the Combaticons in vehicle mode. So we're going to show off how these parts interact with each vehicle. So getting things started, we'll go with Blastoff, and none of these parts interact with his vehicle mode, so he's just kind of out of luck. You could take this piece here and click it over the top, but it doesn't quite work out very well. Now I do have the Platinum Edition, and I think this set is more designed for the San Diego Comic-Con. They're very close in paint scale, or paint colors, but you can see, like, even here, this is a little bit darker than this, so it doesn't match perfect, but it's pretty close, so I'm not going to complain. So nothing for him. Swindle here, very minor. These little guns here, they don't really have any other place to go in vehicle mode. There's no real storage set up for them that I've seen on the instructions. I'm sure you can find a peg hole or a peg that you can plug this on, but for combined mode, what you do is you plug these on to the side, and that's actually what I just do for him. And these guns are, 5mm port. They can fit into anybody's hands, so anybody can wield them. So I just plug them in there and just call that a day. And Vortex here, very simple. This little piece right here, well, you just take it, and it's got these clip hooks, 4 of them, and you just make sure that the big ones are on the front and the little ones are on the back, and you just clip this over, and that's it. And again, the paint on this it's close. It's not perfect though. Now make sure you have this tail all the way down and push this all the way back, because the other night I had this up just a little bit and it kept getting caught, and I was like, wow, that really sucks. Then I realized I didn't have it on there right, so you can hear it kind of nicking it, but it's not bad. So just be on the guard for that. So there's that. And then Brawl here, what he gets is these two little doohickeys here, and they just plug into these little ports right here, like so, and like so. Just easy as that. You just plug them in, and that kind of makes him more of a hover tank, as you can see. He's not just running across the ground. He's actually kind of propelled up, which is really nice. I mean, it's small touch, but it's a nice touch. And we'll get back into him in a little bit, because he actually, really only two of them interact with the parts in robot mode. So we'll get back to him in a little bit. So Onslaught. Here's the big one. First thing you want to do is just take this piece of junk off. And one cool thing about the set is that it doesn't replace anything on the set. It uses what's there and adds to it, and that's really nice, with the exception of this gun. There's no real space for this anywhere on vehicle or the robot mode, or really the combined mode, really. And we'll get into that later, but so this is the only piece that just kind of gets left out. And, you know, hey, you know what? It's not like they're replacing two whole figures like the Fans Project set does. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm just making a statement that you don't have to throw two figures out to make the set work. So for him, first thing you want to do is you grab these two big plates here, and they just clip together like that. Clip pretty solid. It takes some force to get them out, but they do fit together pretty nicely. No issues about that at all. Then what you want to do is take these wheel pieces here and make sure that this little half circle-ish thing here is on pointing inwards, and you go to the Swindle foot, and this just will, it hooks over the top here, and then just there's two little peg holes down here that these little pegs, jeez, I just can't hold that to save my life. But there's two little peg holes at the bottom of it, right here and here, that will, not these ones, but these ones, that will port into those holes. So just, again, like I said, you just hook it over, and it just kind of squeezes on and clips in. Easy as that. Do that again on the other side, or the other, there we go. So just take this, hook it over, and it just kind of pegs in like that. Really simple, really easy. So next thing you want to do is take this big piece here, and it goes, and yes, I am cheating looking at the instructions for this section, because I probably won't use this in this mode very often, so I'm not as familiar with it. But this will just like this. So you want to take it so that this piece is facing forward, and then this piece just will clip onto the front, and there's two little clips here and here that have little hooks, and those will fit into these, like the main slot here will fit into this slot here, and the two little hooks will fit into these little crevices there. So just push it in, give it a good push, and it does like to, it's nice sturdy plastic, and so it clicks in very nicely. And as you can see, like right here, there's no stress marks forming from that, and if anything were to get stress marks, that's the one I'd be worried about, but it hasn't done it yet, so ain't too worried about it. Okay, so next thing to do is you take the hands, and they just they'll just plug into these portholes back here. So just plug it in, take the other hand and plug it in. It's really amazingly simple. Next piece, you want to take this piece here, and it goes this way, and then you take this piece here and you plug it in like this, and then this whole section here will plug in inside here, and there's a little hole right there this little tiny peg will go into. So just kind of line that up and peg it in there. And it's a nice tight joint. It's kind of loose, but it holds it very well. So no worries about it popping out. Let's see. Next up, we take this whole wing assembly here, and this will. There's two little peg holes down here that will peg into those two holes on the top of that piece that we just put in. So you just take it, and I did add the Decepticon logo, so it does not come with that. I hope you guys have your own repro labels. I'm sure we all do by now. And it just pegs in, and again, it all holds very nicely. I do kind of wish that there'd be something there to snap it in to really make it sturdy, but I mean it's not an issue or by any means. It's not perfect. Now the next thing we want to do is we take this piece here, and we need it to be like this, and there's this little plug right up here, and that just kind of fits in just like that. Very, very simple. Then you take this piece here, and it just kind of slides over, and there's two little hook pieces here and here. They'll hook over these two little hook pieces back here. I know that's not coming off very well because it's all black on black, but so you just slide it over like so. Like that. And it will fit better if you push this piece all the way in, but it's a very this piece, if you push that all the way in, it's a very tight fit. There we go. I wasn't gonna do it, but I figure for the sake of the review I'll do it. It's a very tight fit, so it's kind of hard to get it out. So just slide that over like that, and there is that. And then last thing you do is take the crotch piece here and two little plug holes back here, and these two little plugs here just fits in there, and there you go. Now you have a trailer. And what you want to do is kind of separate this leg a little bit, and this T section here will fit into this little cavity right there and there. So just slide it in, connect everything together, and it's a looser connection, but it really works because, I mean, that's how these things are. They don't have the perfect connection. And as you can see, well, maybe you can't see, but all the wheels are rolling very easily, very smoothly, very nice. I really like that. And then you take the big cannons, and they just plug in where the old cannons did, just like so. Is it perfect? No. But I mean, for what they add to the Onslaught, it is, I couldn't expect them to do more. The problem is still the Onslaught figure. It's at a weird angle. It's kind of goofy looking. I mean, there's still the head kibble and stuff like that. And there's nothing really they can do about that. But what they do add on is awesome. It's absolutely amazing. And then you can take like Blastoff here, and you can just put them on there, and that's it. I mean, it's simple as that. So I'm going to real quick show off some robot mode options. The only two that there are. So take this off, fold the legs down, fold this down, let's come down. And I'm going really quickly on this because we've already seen this transformation at least 3 times now on my channel. This comes down, this comes up. This will fold up. And there you have Onslaught in robot mode. Now, you can take this gun here and just plug it into his hand. Ooh. Nothing amazing about that. So, let me pause the camera real quick, and then I'll show you what happens with Blastoff. Okay, so for Brawl, let's just flip them over to robot mode real quick. Just like that. Pull these pieces out, flip the legs down, take the hands down, flip them out, hands down, out, pull the head up, and then you flip the feet down. And then what you want to do is you take these pieces here, and these fold down, and those will actually become heel spurs for him. And they work really, really well if you have them flush to the ground. There you go. I think they actually work better if we have them on the other sides. Yeah. It doesn't solve the fact that these feet are really loose and like to flip back in, but it does give him that heel spur that he never had, and he makes him infinitely more stable, and I absolutely love that. It's so tiny, and yet it works so well. So anyway, let's get him back into vehicle mode. And then we'll do the do combine mode with the parts. And then just put these back on where they were. Again, hover tank. It's pretty cool. Alright, so it's not right in there all the way. There we go. There we go. That's better. Alright, so what you want to do is take the gun out of his hand, put his head down, rotate forward, this will rotate up, yeah, just a little bit like that. Pull the waist down, rotate forward, this collapses back in, split the leg, this will rotate around and plugs into those ports. Again, we've seen this so many times on this channel, so not focusing too much on that stuff. It's all the same. Now, one bit of instructions that they do is the first thing they say is to remove everything, and that definitely do that because it's easier to take the combine mode apart. All this apart. These pieces are being kind of a pain. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Oh, and real quick, these pieces are, according to the instructions, when you got Onslaught in robot mode, you should be able to port this in, is what I'm gathering from the instructions. It doesn't really detail it very well. The only thing I can find is there's little portholes there, and there's a little plug here. You plug that in, and it does not hold very well at all. So, meh. That's my answer. Meh. Okay, so start with Brawl here, and if you pull this out, it becomes easier. They do have a little foot swivel there, or ankle tilt. So pull this out, it will make it easier to plug him in, and you just take the gun, rotate it around, flip up the connector port, and the hands got the ports there, and they just plug onto these. So you just kind of plug those in like so. There you have the foot. So, pretty simple. Then Swindle here. You leave the guns where they are. Now the instructions show here that you're supposed to flip the feet in. I've noticed it actually works better if you leave the feet out. It's a little bit of a harder fit to make, but once you get it in there, it's pretty solid. And if you don't, he kind of stands weird, and you have to have him almost like a walking pose. But if you do that, it doesn't need that. And then you pull that off for a second. Pull this out. Rotate it. And pull up the connector port. This will plug back in. And this is the same foot configuration that it would have been in with just the Bruticus. And then these arms part back where they were. So it's nothing that you haven't seen already. That in, and there you have the next foot. And now my Swindle is just having a hard time staying together. And it does have that ankle tilt too, but it doesn't work as well as Brawl's. So just be wary of that. For Blastoff here, what you want to do is connector port down, like so, and then what you do is you take this piece here, and this will just there's a small piece and a bigger piece, and they both have hooks on them, and you take the bigger piece and you put it over here, take the small piece, and it just clips over the back like so. Fold the legs in like so, and you can tilt this up like this and get like a elbow joint, but I kind of like just leaving it like this so it's more like a bulky arm. And then you take the hand, plug it in, easy as that. Oh, and then you take this piece here and it just slides over the top. And it holds very well, even though it doesn't really hook on there, but it holds very well. So there you go. Vortex here. You take the swords out, split this down, pull this out just a little bit. I'm going to take the connector port down. And you can either collapse the blades or leave them open, however you want. Fold this forward. And I just watched a Eco Farmer review where he shows that you can flip this around, flip the skirt up, and then you have an elbow bend. But I'm okay with it more like this. Again, so it just looks more bulky on the front. And then you split the legs. And you take this piece here. And you want it like this, so that this little piece is going down. You don't want it like this, but like this. And what you do is these pieces here will rest behind the knees. And then there's a little plug kind of right there. That'll go right into this little piece right here. So you just kind of got to angle it all together right. Do the same thing over here. And you will, it's a little it's a little funky at first, but once you kind of get it, it gets in there pretty good. And then just drop everything as you're trying to record a review on something. That's always nice. There we go. And then just plug this section together, and it holds very well as long as this thing stays plugged together. And again, you know, that's not really a fault of this piece, it's a fault of the set, because I always had a problem keeping Vortex plugged together very well. And then you take the hand and you plug it in. There's his arm. Now we get to Onslaught, and first thing you want to do is take this piece here. This will plug into his back. This, yeah, like this. So take this piece, and then you take this piece, and you can plug it straight in, or there's a little hook on this around these ports. You can plug it in like this, and that will gives it the swivel. Or just plug it in and it stays straight up. I prefer the straight up look, so that's what we're gonna go with. And then you take this piece here and just plug it in like this. Do the same thing with this piece. And there's just two little plugs. I'll plug into these two ports here. Okay. And then this piece will, you just kind of, you see these shoulder blades here, you just want to kind of slide it down, and then these two holes at the top here, here and here, plug into these little ports here and here. So just like this. And it holds very well, as you can see. So then we got that section done. Take the crotch piece here, and this will just, there's two little pegs here and here, and it just kind of frictions onto this piece here where these holes are, right here and here. Just keep dropping stuff. There you go. And that just kind of makes this crotch a little bit bigger there. Then you take this piece, and the instructions don't show this off on how to do it. It just kind of shows just kind of down and around. What you want to do is, these little pieces here have indents in them, and they just slide over these pieces here. So you slide them down, and then these hooks down at the bottom clip in down there. So you just slide these down and then give these a good push. Locks in, and again, it's a very good fit there. This crotch piece doesn't hold very well, but this is very, very sturdy. So let's get him put together. So you just plug them in like normal. And there you have the Boosticus set all together and ready to stomp on some Autobots. And I really like this set. I think, I mean, I still have some of the same issues I normally did with this set. Let me pause this real quick. So I still have some of the same issues that I had with the set. Yeah, but this set, with the Fall Cybertron guys, I mean, but the set really does improve the overall look of the figure. I mean, he looks great. I really like this. He retains all the same articulation with really kind of the exception of the elbows, but he sacrificed the elbows to have more of a realistic looking arm and much more like just monstrous looking arm. So it's kind of, you take some and you lose some. You could take this hand out and plug this in, and this will become, this is the flamethrower. So there's that. Just plug this back in. reset this piece. I'm having some difficulties here. If you can't notice, and again, that's more of an issue with the Fall Cybertron guys and not the Boosticus set. What was happening was the waist joint is so much looser than the arm joint. So when you bend the arm, you're more like to bend the waist, and that right there is not the Ecoformer or Xtransbots' fault. It's just that the fact that this is let's see, they did San Diego Comic-Con retail, the Japanese version, Platinum Edition, or no, G2, Wreckers, and then this set. So this is the 6th version of it. So mine is suffering from a little mold degradation. Is my best guess what's going on here. So, but yeah, there's that. And then what I like to do is I take this gun, and on some of the earlier sets, earlier releases of the Fall Cybertron guys, you can take this gun and it just fits in back here, and this piece will plug in to this little peg hole that's back here. There you go. But with the later releases, it won't fit. So, and it was supposed to just kind of fill in this back piece right here a little bit more. But since that doesn't work on mine, instead, what is a Combaticon without guns, right? So I take this, and I take these swords here, and I plug the plug here right into the bottom here. So it's kind of like a bayonet style, and I can just plug that into his hand. And he does have, even though his hands are really big and really wide open, up at the top here is a 5mm port. So anything that's a 5mm peg like that will just fit right in there, just like that. So let's take that out. And he does hold together very well, aside from my little problem with the shoulder there that knocked off the backpack. There we go. Alright, so shall we do some size comparisons with him? I think we shall. So here he is next to the Seeker mold. So yeah, he's definitely bigger bot. He doesn't gain too much height, but he does get the cannons. So that is a plus. Here he is next to the Legends Bumblebee. Just because I had him sitting there. Here he is next to Swoop. So yeah, he's definitely bigger than Swoop. Here he is next to the Platinum Edition Grimlock in robot mode. See how he compares there. And here he is next to the regular edition Fall Cybertron Grimlock in Dino mode. So yeah, he definitely looks like he can go toe to toe with Dinobot. No problems there. At least these size Dinobots. And by request, he's going to show up in a lot of videos. Here he is next to Hercules. So as you can see, he comes up to right about here on Hercules. So he's still a smaller figure, but he looks like he's got more bulk to him. So he does look like he could fight Hercules. So, and as I said in a previous review, I in the cartoon you can see that Bruticus is a little shorter than Devastator. So it is close to being accurate. I think Bruticus still needs to be a little bit bigger. But again, you know, Ecoformers, Xtransbot, you know, they did the best with what was what Hasbro gave them. I mean, there's not a whole lot they could do to make him look less scrawny than they did, without compromising the figure itself, or replacing entire robots, and keeping the set within a very reasonable price. I mean, $50 for the set is absolutely worth it. I'll set him off to the side, and here he is next to the Fans Project Bruticus. And in my camera, he's looking very scrawny. I don't know if that's coming off, but in person, he looks very bulky. He looks like he's got a good mass to him. So he's definitely bulkier than Fans Project's. And it doesn't look like it would even really be a fight. If these two were to go toe to toe, my money would be on him, just tearing him in half. That's my opinion. You guys probably have different opinions, but so overall, I mean, this set cost me, well, the United Bruticus is going for about $200 on eBay right now, and everyone else is sold out from what I've seen. And then the upgrade kit's about $150. So that's like a $350 figure. Whereas this one, you know, it was $100 for the Bruticus with Grimlock, so essentially about $75. Plus the add-on kit, and he's only $125. Well worth it. For a rating, the Bruticus itself, altogether now, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's good. It's close, but it's not. No, I have to do 8 out of 10. It's close, but it's not quite there yet. The set, the actual Boosticus set, hands down, I give that a 10 out of 10. It corrects everything that you can correct without replacing a figure. You know, it fixes Brawl's standing problem. It gives Vortex those back blades. It makes it gives him that tractor bed, and it gives enough parts to make him look awesome. Although it's a part forming set, it's a part forming set that works very well. All the pieces make that trailer so nice. It's a definite improvement over the Fans Project, what they would do with the extra parts. End result is awesome. I absolutely love it. I do recommend this set if you have a fall Cybertron Bruticus. I know they did a black version, the San Diego Comic-Con, which is the one I have / Platinum Edition. They did retail, and they've done the Tarka version. So they've already got 4 sets of them out. I think the G2 one's getting close to being shipped out. I know this one's shipping out now, if it hasn't shipped out already. And I'd say if you have this set, pick this up. It's only $50. If you're planning on getting the other one where it actually gives you the Voyager Onslaught, you know, that's not coming up till July, so I would recommend picking this up at least until then. And I am going to get that other set. I'm going to see, I will do a comparison on the 2 sets. I am planning on picking up, or trying to pick up the retail version of the limbs, so I can do a full comparison between the 2. And then I'm going to see, because I don't like the way that one has you have to take parts off of the individual figures and form parts that shouldn't come off. Like you have to pull Vortex's waist off and you have to pull his legs off. I don't like that, but I'm going to see if I can maybe mix and match the parts to see if I can make one awesome Bruticus between the two. That'd be great. But anyway, so I'm planning on getting the other 4 at some point over the next 4 months. I know a bunch of stores in my area still have them, so I'll just have to pick them up one by one or something. Anyway, so the bulk of the story here is, it's awesome, it's great, I highly recommend it, get it. And as I did with the Giant, I feel that this set, although it is the superior Bruticus in between the two still, I feel that there's nothing else to be done with this set. It's not the perfect Bruticus I want, and I don't think it will go any further than this. I do think that this Fall Cybertron one will go further with the new upgrades. So he's now for sale. So like I did with Giant, I'm going to put this video out there. I'm going to give it a week, 1 week. So this is Sunday the 23rd of March. So next Sunday, the 30th of March, I will put him on eBay. But I think it would be a fair price of $200. He does not come with instructions or packaging, and he doesn't come with the Quake Wave gun. But it will come with the other 2, the limbs and all the combiner parts for the Energon Bruticus, plus the Fans Project upgrade kits, of course. So, I mean, if you're looking for this set and you don't have it now, this is almost like $100 off of what you'd have to pay on eBay for something like this. So email me, johngaringer@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description. Email me if you're interested. I mean, I like I said, I still like this one better than that. I just think that one might go somewhere in the near future. Whereas I think this one is as good as it's going to get, and I'm not complaining. It's a great set. I really do love it. But so if anybody's interested, let me know. He's going to be on my display shelf from now on as my Bruticus. So there you go. Yeah. So tomorrow, because I actually have some Transformers to review, not many. But tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at something I've been waiting for almost as long as the Boosticus set. But looking forward to more. No offense to the Boosticus guys, Xtransbots, because it's a great set. But the unique toys, Sharkticons, are just more my thing. That's what we'll look at tomorrow. And real quick about the Fans Project Bruticus for sale. It's $200 plus shipping, or best offer, or trade. So if there's something you have that you don't want, let me know. Maybe that's something we can work out. I know I'm looking for the Ratchet, iGears Ratchet, the aerial bots from TFC. So just like 2 of those, and it's yours. I don't know how to work it out, but email me if you're interested, and we can kind of talk about it and see if we can work out a deal. If not, like I said, eBay works just as well for me. I just figure I would offer to you guys first, see if you guys are interested, because I know sometimes people post comments that they're, oh yeah, I'm kind of looking for something like this, or where do you find this? And well, here you go. I'll leave it to you guys if you're interested, and then if not, Like I said, I'll give it a week and then put it on eBay. Giant still up till Wednesday, I believe. So, anyway,